Hi guys, so in this video you're going to learn exactly about what is geography and how do we go about in studying geography with using the 5 themes. So please make sure that your Google Doc is up and ready to take notes as you go along with this Explain Me Everything video going over the 5 themes of geography. So for us to understand what the 5 themes of geography are, we first need to study what is geography and to know what is geography. Geography is the study of the earth, including studying of the climates, its landforms, human life, and how we use our environment or how do we interact with our surrounding environment. So it's important to know that geography is the study of the earth, human life, and how we use our environment on a everyday basis. So when studying geography, we study the basic 5 themes of geography. This will help us and concentrate our focus on when we're studying about geography, about the 5 themes. It helps narrow down our focus so we're not broadening ourselves. In a minute, we're about to go over what those 5 themes are. So the 5 themes of geography are movement, region, human-environment interaction, location, and place. We're going to go over each of these 5 themes in depth to make sure you have an understanding of how we use these 5 themes when we study geography. So the first theme of geography is location, which basically this means is where are we located or where are we? There are 2 types of ways that we can give location to someone. The first one is absolute location. And what this means is that you give someone a coordinates, latitude and longitude, or you give them a straight address. So as an example, if we're giving someone the location of Freedom Middle School, we would say the Freedom Middle School is located at 3016 Ridgeland Avenue, or the White House is located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So absolute location is the first way. The second way is relative location, which means you describe it by landmarks or directions. So if you're giving directions to, let's say, the grocery store, you would say, go 1 mile north, then turn right on so-and-so street. So giving relative location, or the park is located near the big group of trees, relative location. So it's not as exact as absolute location. So that is the first theme of geography, location. The second theme of geography is known as place. What this means is what is it like there, or what kind of place is it? The first way to describe a place is the human characteristics, basically describing the people there. So how many people there? Where do they work? What are their languages? What are their belief systems? So the first one is human environment, human characteristics. The second one is the physical characteristics. How is it like physically? Does it have mountains? Does it have rivers? What is the climate like? Is it hot? Is it cold? Vegetation, meaning what kind of crops do they grow? Do they grow potatoes? Do they grow tomatoes? Do they grow carrots? Wildlife, what kind of animals do they have there? Do they have squirrels? Do they have bees? Do they have bears? And then soil. What kind of dirt is it? Is it very, very good for growing crops, or is it very rocky, meaning it can't grow crops? So the second theme of geography is place. The third theme of geography is human-environment interaction, which means how do humans and the environment affect each other? The first way is we depend on our environment. So we depend on our environmental features that surround us. So as an example, Chicago is surrounded by Lake Michigan. We depend on Lake Michigan for several reasons. Number one, it serves as a mode for transportation, meaning we're able to move from place to place using Lake Michigan. Another way is Lake Michigan provides us clean drinking water, which helps us with growing and developing places. So we depend on the surrounding environmental features surrounding us. The second thing is we modify it. We modify or we change our environment. So global warming is an example. We've changed our environment by adding dangerous chemicals to our surrounding environment. We've also modified our environment by building certain things. We've built roads, we've built schools, we've built hospitals. We've added heating and cooling to buildings to make sure we're comfortable. So we modify it or we change our environment. The last thing is we adapt to it. We adapt to our environment. As an example, when the weather gets cold, we put on nice warm jackets and long pants. The opposite, when it gets too hot, we change into t-shirts and shorts. If we are hot, we go to the beach, we go to the pool. So we adapt to our environment. So these are the three ways that we interact with our environment. So the third theme is human-environment interaction. The fourth theme of geography is movement, which means how do people, goods, and ideas move from place to place. So the first theme of movement is human movement, meaning how do humans move from place to place. So some examples of how humans move from place to place are we use trucks to move from place to place. We use trains and planes to move long distances from place to place. We use boats to move from place to place. We use cars. We walk. Those are ideas of how humans move. The second idea of movement is information movement. How do we spread information through place to place? So we use our phones to spread information from place to place. We use our computers. We use our emails to send messages to each other. We use social media to send messages, whether it's Snapchat or Facebook or Twitter, to send ideas to people. And the last one, we use mail. We send messages via mail to help people move from place to place. And then the last idea is the idea movement. How do trends move from place to place? We use TVs, we use radio, we use magazines to spread ideas to people all around the world. So the fourth theme is movement. The last theme of geography is the regions. Regions, which means how are regions similar and different to each other. So the first type of region is formal regions, which means regions are defined by the government boundaries. So as an example, in Illinois, we have several different counties. So in Berwyn, we belong to what's called Cook County. So our county would be different from other counties around Illinois. As an example, we have different laws that maybe other counties don't have. We also have maybe different people who live in the county. So that is a way how regions are similar or different to each other. They are also defined by similar characteristics. So as an example, we live in the Midwest region of the United States. What this means is we have similar characteristics with other states that border us. So as an example, during the summer, we have very hot summers, but we have very, very cool winters. So that defines a similar characteristic with other states, such as Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's how we would be similar to those different type of states. Another way that regions can be similar or different is the functional regions. So regions are defined by a function. So as an example, a newspaper service. So in Chicago, we get the Chicago Tribune and Chicago Sun-Times. That would be a newspaper service that isn't spread all across. It's only to a certain region. So newspapers would be a way. TV stations. So as an example, Comcast Sportsnet is a station that only regions near Chicago would get that station. So TV coverage and cell phone coverage would be another functional region. And then vernacular region. People are defined by people's perception. So the Middle East, Chicago, the South. So as an example, we would have the Chicago region. We tend to talk with an accent sometimes, or sometimes we use words that other people don't use in other regions. So the last theme of geography is regions. So to help you guys remember what the 5 themes of geography are, think of Mr. Help. M meaning movement, R for region, HE for human environment interaction, L for location, and P for place. So now you have a general understanding of what the 5 themes are. So what you guys are going to do now is you're going to go back to learning. You're going to download the 5 themes postcards, and you're going to determine which of the 5 themes is being talked about in each of those scenarios. Use your notes to help you guys in order to find out which themes are being talked about in each postcards. Good luck.